Hello everybody and welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Brittany and on this channel we talk all about plants. And today we are going to be doing some planty updates for this kind of end of fall season. I've got some new plants to share. I've got a couple planty tragedies, and then we've got some chores that we need to get done. There's a moss pole extension for sure that needs to happen, and then couple more things. So if you are into plants and into plant chores and into caring for plants, stick around and let's have a plant update. Okay, so first things first, we need to talk about this little guy here. This snake plant is the oldest plant in my collection, and it kind of had its ups and downs with me. I have a full video on everything I learned from caring for this specific snake plant. It had some janky leaves, it had some sun damage, it had some water damage, but I was super attached to this plant because we had kind of gone through it all, and it was thick and it was tall and beautiful. And then this past week, in like 2 days, this thing just completely fell apart. It went from normal to, half of the leaves slumped over, yellow and dead. And I am not still 100% sure what happened. I do think it was a watering issue. My best guess is probably over watering. I do only water this about once a month, but I'm kind of wondering if I had too much soil in the pot that I previously had and the roots just weren't drying out. But it was really weird because the entire exterior leaves, so the whole exterior of the plant just completely rotted out. And this interior portion that I had broken off is like so beautiful, so healthy, so much new growth. I will show you all these new little leaves that have been popping out. So I also almost wonder, and give me your opinion, if all the old stuff had just had its time, and the fact that it just all died out in a couple of days is what kind of leads me to that. So let me show you what that looked like, what we did, and then I will show you this new growth, and we will talk a little bit about snake plants and how to save their lives if you ever have this happen as well.
Okay, so as you can see, it completely just rotted at the edges. It was sad all the way around the plant. And I'm not kidding when I say this was like 2 or 3 days from being alive to looking like this. I took the entire plant out and kind of did some investigating, making sure there was no pests or anything. I didn't see anything. And then all the dying parts just kind of like fell off. And then I popped these little baby sections off. And it was really easy to do. Even the roots themselves looked pretty healthy. I tried to get as much soil off as possible though. And then just pop them into a smaller pot. And the new growth is so healthy. That's what is really kind of stumping me. So tell me what you think. Am I doomed, or was it just old? Have you experienced this before? What's going on?
So as you can see, a travesty, but I am really hopeful for this new growth and the fact that it's looking really healthy. What I had done was I took the entire the entire plant out of the pot, as you kind of saw, removed all of those dead and dying leaves, which was really easy to do. They just kind of fell off. And then the way that snake plants grow, they're really easy to propagate and make new plants out of because these new stalks just grow at kind of a 90-degree angle off of the mother plant. And you really can just like kind of gently crack them off. They'll have roots growing, and then you just put them in new soil or whatever substrate you're wanting to use for snake plants. And that is what I did. There are 3 parts that I placed into this one pot. I have not watered it yet, which I will probably do soon. I was just kind of giving it a little bit of time to acclimate if those roots were kind of feeling rotty. This might be a little bit of a process. If you have any tips, tricks, leave them down below. On this channel, we are learning, we are growing together. I'm not claiming expert, and neither are any of us in the comments. We're just giving tips on how to learn from our mistakes and share our triumphs with each other. I am considering, tell me what you think. Let me grab my little propagation, snake plant propagation. Now, this is one that I propagated differently. I had cut the snake plant at an angle and then just placed it in water, one little stalk like a year ago. And it has grown like crazy. It has probably 10 new little baby stalks growing off of it. And lots of good roots. I'm considering putting that into this pot as well. I don't know, what's your experience? Can snake plants just live in water forever? I would love that if it were the case, but I'm getting nervous now that it is getting to be a bigger plant. Tell me what you think. Should I put it into this pot or just let it go in water and take my chances? Let me know what you think. Okay, so moving on to a little bit better news. We did get some new leaves in here recently, some super fun ones. The first being a whole new plant that I did want to share. It is going through it a little bit from transport, I think, but this is the Hoya parasitica, known as the Hoya black margins. And I am so excited for this plant because if you have seen it, it is so beautiful once it gets a little bit more mature, a little bit sun stressed. The beautiful leaves get this black kind of like outlining on them, and then you can see the veining between the leaves. It's so pretty, and I was really excited to get this. So I did just order this little 3-inch pot. It did have a little bit of a time in transit, which I do expect. I live in Wyoming. It is freezing. We are nowhere near any growers, and I just take the risk ordering during the winter. So we've got a couple floppy little leaves here, which I assume I'm going to lose, but there is quite a bit of new growth right there. And there is those floppy leaves. But we've got some really nice, there we go. So some really nice leaves here as well. I'm just gonna let it acclimate a little bit, make sure it's healthy. I did kind of keep it away from my plant room, did some really good inspecting to make sure there was no creepy crawlers on it. And now it is living underneath the grow light. And I'll evaluate these little sad leaves here in a few days. They'll probably either fall off or just get removed. And then eventually I will go ahead and put this on a trellis like my other Hoyas are, because in my experience, Hoyas do so well when trellised and have a little bit of support. They start to grow like crazy. So this is just new and really fun. Focus. Little new leaves. And then the next one I'm really excited about. We finally, you guys, got a new leaf on the Monstera Tycon. It's still kind of unfurling, definitely has not hardened off at all, but let me go grab that plant and show you this gorgeous new leaf on the Tycon. Here we go. So this is my beautiful Thai constellation, and you can see right in the middle here that new leaf. You guys, it's so stinking cute, and it is, like I said, still kind of unfurling, so this is a little bit premature to be showing it off. Let's do that so you can see it, because obviously it's going to grow significantly in size and harden off a little bit. I am a little bit grateful that it has a tiny bit less white. This Tycon, the leaves that I've gotten since I purchased it have been very, very white, and I'm getting a little bit of browning happening because of that. The most recent leaves prior to me purchasing it were a lot more constellation-y, so like this one and this one, it has a lot more green and speckling. But then the new leaf that I got, let me maneuver this little guy. Be gentle, Brittany. The newest leaf that I got when I first got it, can you see this almost half moon leaf? And as you can see in the margins there or in the corners, I'm getting some browning happening. So I think I'm just gonna trim that off. So I was grateful that while this new leaf is quite white, it was a little bit less white than the previous one. It is, gosh, it's almost feeling more, it feels like less Tycon to me. Tell me, how are yours looking? This was a Walmart Tycon, so probably a Costa Farms one. Is yours more constellation-y or more like speckled, or does it have the like big white sections? Like I said, the newest or the leaf that I got right after I purchased it is almost half moon with that creamy yellow, and then the other side being the speckled. And this one is a little bit less, but still kind of really heavy in that yellow. So let me know, what is yours looking like? If it does look like mine, are you getting browning on the edges? What are you doing about it? And is it continuing, the new leaves continuing to stay really white? Let me know. I was very, very excited about that new leaf, so I just wanted to share that with you. The other couple of new leaves that I got are really fun. I did get a new leaf on this, let me grab him. This is a philodendron, and this is not a super common houseplant. I think it used to be. I got a cutting of this from my grandma about a year ago, and I think it had one leaf, and I propped it in water, and this thing is like one of my favorite plants now because of how like tropical and like prolific it grows. And it did just spit out a new leaf over the last couple of days, and I have to show you, it's still hardening off, so it's going to get even bigger. But these leaves are just so cool. Dark green, super glossy, and just like a showstopper. They're like gigantic. So let me show you what this looks like. There we go. That new leaf right in the center on the left there. It's so pretty, so shiny. It's like satiny, gorgeous. I'm obsessed. I love this plant. It's a split leaf philodendron as far as I can tell. And then outside of that, everybody seems to be doing really well. I did want to show you this really cute pot that I got at Lowe's. It was one of the clearanced plants, and I was like, it would be like $6 for this pot with this dead plant. So I bought it, pulled the plant out, threw it in the trash literally on the way out the door, and I love this little pot for, okay, my battery died, I had to fix that. I love this little pot for the season. I put my Hoya little silver silver something into it, but look at this cute pot with this gorgeous plant. It's like similar color, and it is a hanging pot. So for like $6, this felt like a steal. Is that not so cute? Oh my gosh. That is sometimes the way to do it, is just to look at the clearance plants at these big box stores. I mean, for $6, that pot was literally a steal. It would be like $20 on Amazon for something similar to that. So I just wanted to share that. And I think that those are the big Updates, I do need to, really quick, let me show you, extend this moss pole. Probably can't hear me when I'm not looking at you. Extend this moss pole for this Adansonii. It is now above the moss, so I need to put some new moss in there. Show you that. It is currently, focus, currently getting a new leaf right here. And so I want to get more moss in this and get this extended as soon as possible before it starts to kind of root. But this is an Adansonii that I had gotten, and it was like 2 dead leaves last Christmas, another me ordering plants in the cold in Wyoming. And I threw it onto this moss pole, and it really has grown pretty well. It took a little while to get going, but when we started, it was, I mean, literally like this big. So I do feel good about this plant. I just need to get it extended. I'll do that, show you what that looks like in tomorrow's video. And then in tomorrow's video, we are also going to be making 2 new moss poles because I opened up a little bit of space in my plant room and I want to have a couple more things on poles. So right now, the only 2 that I currently have are this Adansonii and then my Marble Queen pothos. And I've got a couple others, rooted cuttings that have rooted really nicely. We're gonna stick on some moss poles. So tomorrow will be planty moss pole day, and do a little updates, do a little chores. And so make sure that you come back tomorrow for that. And I really appreciate you guys sticking around, getting some updates, sharing your tips down below for that poor little snake plant. And I will see you guys tomorrow, where we do all of our moss poles. Have a great rest of your day.